Hello, Coach Fabian Sr. here. Hey, you ever wonder if all of this time and energy and sacrifice you guys put into this soccer stuff, and I say you guys, I mean your family. I know I used to think, okay, where is this gonna end? Like, how do we get a return and so much energy and so much, just so many things invested into this? We're dragging everybody to the soccer fields. And well, after 15 years and over $65,000 invested into our own children's sports and character development, I'm here to share with you my payoff. Again, not as a coach, but as a dad, as a parent who raised three children, just like many of you guys are. Now, I am aware that not everyone is able to make the same financial investment in time. We're all in different situations. I get that, but I am well aware of it. So I don't want to make light of the sacrifices that you're making with this video. This video is my intent to empower you, to educate you in regards to soccer development. You guys know way more, I'm sure, than I do about a bunch of other things. But after my experience as, again, both a parent and as a coach, I've learned a thing or two that I want to share with you in this video. So now, as I share some of my stories, please don't judge me. I mean, you should have seen my face when our youngest daughter, Penelope, she went to try out at Albion Soccer Club, big club here in town, and she was after one season in this particular team, then she was moved to what they call ECNL, which is Elite Club National League. And so they shared with us, the cost of registration, the cost of lodging, and the cost, well, lodging because this is a national league, so they were going to be traveling, I think it was like once a month or every 6 weeks. And so you have the cost of registration, the uniforms, traveling, lodging aspect of it. And man, when we tallied that up and realized what it would take, I was like, man, I could train her way cheaper than this in my own backyard, right? But little did I know my expression, the way I would feel a few years later, or several years later for that matter, when I saw her, she went on to get a scholarship to play Division I college at the University of Louisiana. When I saw that first game on ESPN, I'll never forget how I felt to sit there and think, oh my God, I almost allowed some of my, again, I dare call it ignorance, and because I just wasn't familiar to any of that world. But it was just so scary to think, man, I could have ruined all of these opportunities for my daughter had I not made the right decisions. And of course, now we fast forward, she will graduate this summer from she's graduating a year early from college. And then she'll begin law school in January of 2026 here locally. And so I'm like super excited about that. Now, of course, there's also my daughter Camila. Some of you have met her. She graduated from Baylor University in Waco. She received a educational scholarship, which was of huge help. But I believe that not just her scholarship, but being able to now, she's recently, well, not recently, it's been a year already. She graduated from college, and this August she will begin medical school at UTMB Galveston. And again, all these things are wonderful, but I just think that in the case of Camilla, who she didn't play soccer as much as Penelope did, she was more in competitive cheer, but there's all these intangibles that children get out of participating in competitive sports, much like your child is right now in soccer. And then there's, of course, my son Fabian. You've met him. Many of you are familiar with him. Most of what's happening in our program, the growth of our program over the past 18 months or so, it is due to him. It's under his leadership. These are all the things that, in my opinion, are the byproduct of these I call them intangibles that you learn from being in sports, from the disciplines and the perseverance and all the things that go into playing sports that it just produces out of you all these different character traits, and it's just super excited because in the case of Fabian, we've because of his involvement with our program, doing this thing together, it was an absolute dream of mine. We have been able to touch thousands of kids with the love of the sport, and so it's just absolutely fun. Now, before I move forward, like I said earlier, I want to empower you with information for you to make educated decisions. Okay, and part of that is one thing I want to get to is there's a lot of misconceptions between what is a soccer club and what is a development academy. And I want to empower you so that you're able to tell for yourself what one thing is and what is not. Now, I'm here to tell you that you won the Development Academy. Okay, so that's there it is, the plug for our program. So a soccer club is a program where the focus is to create teams so they can compete in leagues and in tournaments. Players are placed in teams according to their skill level. Hence, I'm sure you've seen a ton of ads right now that will say something like, bring your kid to us so he could try out with us and participate in blah, 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 blah. But the word is try out, try out, try out, try out, try out. I often wonder why they would use the word try out when most of your children right now are in the development phase of soccer. So when it comes to trying out, what they're really saying is, let's see where your kid is at right now to see in which one of our teams he or she can fit. And so strategy at a soccer club, tactical stuff is priority because of the team results over individual development, which is what I'm here to talk to you about. And so again, the priority is on the team rather than the individual. Individual development is largely on the parent. That is for you to take on when you are at a soccer club. And that was my experience. And again, I'm not here to put anybody down, but I just found out about all these things, and I'm giving you the cheat code, okay? Because my daughter Penelope played at the soccer club with a young lady named Leah. Now, a few years went by, and there I was, my daughter says, hey, the United States is getting ready to play, I think, the Colombian national team at the under 20, the women's national team under 20. And then I'm watching the game, and then I'm like, oh my God, there is Leah. And of course, as any parent would have, well, wait a minute, she used to be at the same soccer club with my daughter. What happened? Was she like better than my daughter? Therefore, she went on to the national team and my daughter didn't? Or was there something else? Well, guess what? There was something else. They were practicing at the soccer club, but in the off days of the soccer club, Leah was working with an additional coach in things that were related to like technical aspect of the game, handling the ball, weight training. I mean, just all of these other things. So in addition to the $300-400 a month that we paid in club fees, Leah's parents were spending over $500-600 per month on this additional coach, hence the results. Now, again, soccer club focuses on the team, not the individual. Then there is a soccer development academy. That is what we are. That is what we do. Our focus is mainly on the individual, because what we want to do is develop players so they can go on to play high school, collegiate, and why not, like in the case of my nephew today, professional play. He plays professionally in Colombia. He's 21 years old. And so again, at a soccer development academy, as opposed to the soccer club, the focus is the individual. Hence, all our focus on making sure that we have this ball mastery sessions available to you so that we can increase a player's technical ability. At a soccer development academy, the games are a part of the development process and not the focus. Again, remember that. Big difference between a soccer club and a soccer development academy. The way we look at it when we're building a player or when we're putting together a training a player comes to us, the first thing that we want to look at is the foundation or the technical ability. Much like building a house, you live in a house and you know the importance of having a solid foundation. Well, when it comes to playing soccer, when it comes to playing any sport, the main thing is the player's fundamentals, because everything else is going to rest on that player's ability to handle the ball. Now, as I move forward, you've heard me now several times say the word technical skills or technical ability. What do I mean by that? Well, simply put, I mean a player's individual ability on the ball. How much or how can they dribble? What's the quality of their passing, shooting, receiving? At what speed do they do this thing? See, when we go into technical development, there's so many little intricacies, so much so that we believe that technical ability is divided into 4 different levels, where beginner is level 1. And when I say beginner, you're probably thinking, okay, my kid's been playing for 5 years. He's definitely not a beginner. He probably is. He probably is. And so beginner has a pretty wide range. I'll say that because of the age of most of our players, about 70% of our program is made up of kids who are at the beginner level of technical ability with the ball. Then there's the intermediate. I'll say we're probably at 25% of those. Then there's the advanced. I don't know that we have any more than 5% of our players. And then there's mastery of the professional level, which is what you see when you're watching a professional soccer game. Depending on which league you're watching, you are looking at masters. These are like the best of the very best. So what's the challenge? Well, the challenge, Dad, Mom, is how quickly can we get your son, can we get your daughter to raise their technical ability to higher levels so that we can then teach them more sophisticated, tactical, strategical things on the field. The solution, well, is the ball mastery sessions. These are highly intense 60-minute sessions dedicated to develop the individual skills. Players get upwards of 2,000 touches on the ball per session. And what we're wanting to do is turn 10 months into 15 to 20 months of development through these ball mastery sessions. So we have created 3 different options in an effort to speed up your child's technical ability. And so option number 1 is what we call our college prep. Now, this is not for everybody. I understand that, but this is perfect for those of you who you believe your child is committed to just being as good as they can be in developing fast. These are 4 training sessions per week, and this puts players on a fast track for collegiate play. These are composed of the 2-team training sessions held on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Mondays and Wednesdays is this ball mastery sessions I've been talking about. Now, players in this program are going to have big wins, 4 big wins. Number 1 is going to be confidence from real skills. Number 2 is going to enable them to execute their creativity. And then number 3, compete without stress. And number 4, they're going to get noticed by the right people. And you know who I am talking about. When a college coach shows up to watch a tournament or some sort of event where they're going to see players, the number 1 thing a coach is looking for is for that player's technical ability. Speed, they're not too interested in. Strength, they're not too interested in. Height, they're not too interested in, or else Messi wouldn't be who Messi is. No, they're not looking at any of those things. Number 1 is technical ability. Can I pass you the ball and get you to execute the plan with speed? That's what counts at the end of the day, and that is called technical ability. That was number 1, the collegiate prep or the college prep. Number 2 option is the accelerated development option. This is for players looking to accelerate the development, leading to more playing time and advanced opportunities. This particular option, you come to training twice per week on Tuesdays and Thursdays with the team, and then you get to choose between Monday or Wednesday to do that 3rd session of ball mastery. Are you going to have wins on this one? Of course you will. You'll level up with purposeful training. You'll have the ability to make faster decisions under pressure because, again, your technical ability has gone up. And the confidence aspect of this thing is what, to me, is the most important thing. How confident players become when their skill level with the ball rises. I mean, there's like effortless. They don't even have to think through what their decision is going to be next. And then, of course, there's our standard option, which many of you will avail yourself of this. It's a structured approach to skill development and gameplay experience. And we do this in 2 training sessions, again, with the team on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, our success stories are beginning to mount. And I'm super excited because we made this heavy focus on technical development in the past 12 months. And today I'm happy to say that the very best players on every one of our teams are players who are participating on this additional ball mastery sessions. So I have a couple of names to share with you. There's Aaron. Aaron came to us a little late, yet jumped on those ball mastery sessions for about 6 months, and he went from, being a player that didn't play that much to being a very important player in that under 14 team. Then there's Andrew, whose technical ability is just absolutely crazy. I mean, he's knocking on the door of mastery because he's just so good at it. There's Tarek, who's born in 2018, playing in a 2017 team, and you wouldn't know it because of his technical ability. He's a whole year younger than everybody, but his technical ability in the past 10 months, it has just rapidly increased. Then there's Sam, one of the most, not most important, he's just this crucial piece of our team. So call it what you want. I don't know what to call it. He's just crucial to have on the field. Again, not because he's the strongest, fastest player. No, he's just really good with the ball. And so to give him a plan to execute, it's no problem because he's got the wherewithal to do it. And the same thing goes for Austin, who with Austin, it just seems like every other game he's scoring a banger of a free kick, and it's just so cool to watch. Now, okay, so in order for us to continue to serve you guys at the same level, we do need you to act urgently, though. We need you to move quickly as it relates to registrations. You see, in May 2024, we ended the season with 85 players. This season, we're on track to close it out with over 250. We've just had huge increase. And look, I believe that, yes, not all growth is good, but if something is good, if something is healthy, it should be growing. So considering all of the growth over the past year, we need you to register immediately so that we can stay organized with rosters for the next season. So below this video, you will find a link for you to do the registration that is, again, ideal for you and your family. Now, I do have a special bonus for my action takers. This is a free registration for our Summer Ball Mastery Bootcamp. You do not want to miss this. You do not want your child to miss this. I'm guaranteed this is going to have a huge payoff in, again, the technical side of things, in the handling of the ball. What am I talking about? This is a high-intensity boot camp designed for players who want to make the most out of this summer and develop their technical skills. Now, sometimes I talk to people and they're like, oh, no, we're just going to have them take a whatever time off. That's okay. But when it comes to children and when it comes to soccer, specifically, I don't know of any other sport, but when it comes to soccer, I have personally seen my players come back from the summer vacation and they dipped. Like I thought, they'll probably show up maybe a little sluggish, I haven't run, I haven't done this or that. But I have seen how they came back and they weren't on the ball as they were when they left. So parents, trust me, I know what I'm talking about as it relates to this. Now, this Summer Ball Mastery Bootcamp sessions will be held from June 16th to July 18th. We're going to be off the week of 4th of July. How does it work? How is it free? Well, If you register for the college prep option, players will attend the boot camp session that has 3 days per week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6:30 to 8 p.m. This is valued at over $480, but most exciting, forget the 480, is the 3 months of the equivalent technical development that players are going to get, because we're just going to pack all of this stuff in a month, and we're just going to be everybody with a ball. Forget team tactical stuff. This will be your son or daughter with the ball, and nothing else, nothing more than just that. If you register for the accelerated development option of our registration, players will attend 2 days of boot camp as opposed to 3 for the college prep. And you can choose between Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Again, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. But most importantly, they're going to get 2 months of technical development out of this. I'm telling you, this is the route to go. You want to increase, you want to speed up your child's technical development. And of course, last but not least, if you register for the standard option of our registration, you'll be able to choose 1 day of camp. So again, register for any of the 3 options that we have by April 30th. Again, this is only for those of you that take action by April 30th. Register for any of the 3 options that we have, and you will get to, and your child gets to join the Summer Ball Mastery Boot Camp. Intense. Everybody with a ball, everybody sharpening their technical skills. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Now look, I know, parents, I know what season of your life you're in. I vividly remember having to juggle so many things with our children, but when it comes to this, I can back this up. You take the right action, and I am telling you, I can guarantee you're going to have the right results. Thank you guys for your time. Again, click the link below. Look below this video so that you can choose the registration option that is adequate for you. I'll see you guys.